Hello from on the road in Iowa. Today we're looking at Job chapter 31, and I got my co-pilot Elijah with me today. Okay, so as we've been going through, Job is continuing talking to his friends about how innocent he is and what has happened in his life. Job says he was pure of eyes. He didn't sin the way that everybody said he sinned. Does not God, after all, he says, check every step of ours and watch us? So wouldn't God be punishing Job and be talking to Job about his sin? He's going to be the first to let Job know of his mistakes, not his friends. So another reason why Job is saying he is innocent. He also says, if I've done anything wrong, I'm fine. I'm fine with the punishment I receive. If I do all the hard work of farming, then of course I deserve it if somebody else comes in and eats the bounty of the harvest. I have to be fine with that if I'm a sinner, but I haven't sinned. If I've defiled myself with another woman, for example, well then let another man come in and commit adultery with my wife. That would be just. But I didn't do that. I'm still innocent. Job agrees sin should be punished. When a servant is mistreated, they let you know right away, hey, you're mistreating me. They confront you. Why wouldn't God confront Job the same way if he was doing something wrong? After all, God made us. Job says, if I mistreated the poor and the widow, then let God destroy me. If I make money my hope, or I have gotten it through ill gains in a bad way, let God punish me. If I rejoice in another person's suffering, let God punish me. But he would tell me. See, he feels he has that tight of a relationship with God that God would tell him when he made mistakes. And he hadn't heard from God at all the whole time. So, that's kind of Job is giving this pushback about God not confronting Job's sin, and therefore he feels like that should be reason enough why he should be presumed innocent. So let's jump in. We're going to be Job chapter 31. I made covenant with mine eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? For what portion of God is there from above? And what inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is not destruction to the wicked, and strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Doth he not see my ways and count all my steps? Again, talking about how God is going to be the one confronting Job's sin, which he hasn't had God do. Verse 5, if I've walked with vanity, or let my foot hasted to deceit, let me be weighed in an even balance, that God will know my integrity. If my step turned out of the way, and my heart walked after mine eyes, and if any blot have cleaved to my hands, then, so again, if I've done any mistakes, if I've done any wrong, then let me sow, and another eat. Let my offspring be rooted out. But he sees the injustice of the situation because the punishment has happened, but he hasn't done the crime. If mine heart hath deceived any woman, or if I've laid wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind for another, let another bow down upon her. For this is a heinous crime. I'm pure, Job said. I've not done that. I've not committed adultery with anyone's wife. Show me. Who is it that I've sinned against? For this is a heinous crime, yea, it is iniquity to be punished by the judges. For it is a fire that consumeth to destruction, and would root out all mine increase. If I despise the cause of my manservant or my maidservant, when they contended with me, what then shall I do when God riseth up? When he visiteth, shall I answer him? Did not he make me in the womb? Did not the one fashion us in the womb? So again, we are used to having interactions with other people, Why wouldn't God interact with us? And what would you say if God confronted you on your sin? If I've withheld the poor from their desire, if I've caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or if I've eaten a morsel myself alone, and the fatherless have not eaten thereof, if I'm not taking care of people like I should be. For from my youth he was brought up with me as a father, and I've guided her from my mother's womb. If I've seen any perish for want of clothing, or any poor without covering, if his loins have not blessed me, if he have not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I've lifted up my hand against the fatherless, and when I saw my help in the gate, then let my arm fall from my shoulder blade, and let my arm be broken from the bone. Look, if I'm not using my hands to help people, let God break my arm off. Let my arm be broken. But that's not what I'm doing. Again, Job just crying out and crying out. Show me the proof. For destruction from God was a terror for me, and by reason of his highness I could not endure. If I'd made gold my hope, or if I said, to find gold, thou art my confidence, if I rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because my hand had gotten much, if I beheld the sun when it shined, and the moon when it was walking in brightness, and my heart had been secretly enticed, or my mouth had kissed my own hand, this is also were iniquity to be punished by the judge, for I should have denied God above. So again, if I'm seeking wealth, if I'm seeking out riches, and I'm kissing my own hand thinking how great I am, then God should punish me. But I didn't do those things. If I rejoice at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted myself up when evil found him, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by wishing a curse to his soul. If the men of my tabernacle said, oh, that we had of his flesh, we cannot be satisfied. The stranger did not lodge in the street, but I opened my doors to the traveler. If I'm not kind to the foreigners, the people who need help in our society, if I don't do that, I deserve punishment. If I covered my transgression as Adam, by hiding my iniquity in my bosom, did I fear a great multitude, or did the contempt of families terrify me, that I kept silence and went not out of the door? Oh, that one would hear me. Behold, my desire is that the Almighty would answer me. So here he's crying out to God. God, please show me what's going on. He's been confused the whole time because God has been silent as he has suffered. And this happens to us too. You know, we find that sometimes in periods of suffering in our life, it feels like God is silent, that he doesn't seek after us, he doesn't help us, he doesn't talk to us, and so we're kind of left it to go alone. That's the question Job is answering. Surely I would take it upon my shoulder and bind it as a crown to me. I would declare unto him the number of my steps. As a prince would I go near unto him. If my land cry against me, or if the furrows likewise complain, if I've eaten the fruits thereof without money, or caused the owners thereof to lose their life, let thistles grow instead of wheat, and cockle instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. So he said, what about my land? You know, I've been plowing, I've been working it, I've purchased things from other people. If I stole from them or caused them to lose their livelihood or to die from my actions, you know, I deserve to be punished, but I didn't do it. So we get that over and over and over from Job. And as you have seen, we've gone through 2 different rounds of Job declaring his innocence and 2 different rounds of his friends talking to him. Now, tomorrow, join us. We're going to get a new man to the conversation. This is a younger man, and he's let the older guys kind of. These younger guys are there, and so he's going to talk, and he's going to say things to Job. So we're going to find out what he has to add to the situation, and then we're going to get a surprise visitor. If you've never read Job, it's going to be the most important part of the book. You're not going to want to miss it. So thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.